Greetings, fellow Earthlings and viewers across the World Wide Web. This is Toon 215, and right now we're in the state of Pennsylvania. We're currently in the city of Philadelphia. Today we're going to be doing a driving tour of the Haddington neighborhood here in West Philadelphia. It's about 75 degrees outside right now. We have a sunny, clear sky. We're at the intersection of 55th and Vine Street. We have Monica's Restaurant on our right-hand side. We're going to continue traveling forward. We're now capturing footage in 4K resolution, 60 frames per second for your viewing pleasure. Make sure to adjust your screen resolution accordingly. We're approaching Vages. We're now passing 56th Street. On my right-hand side, we have a McDonald's. We have an AutoZone on our right. On our left-hand side, we have Samuel H. Daroff Public School, or I should say Samwell. On our right, we have several people outside at AutoZone getting their car work fixed. Most AutoZones in Philly, local mechanics hang outside to make extra money, and they charge for the service of installing the part. Now, if you're new to the channel, I have toured Haddington before. I've covered many neighborhoods in West Philly, Haddington being one of them. We just passed Alden, we're on 58th, approaching the intersection of 58th and Vine Street. We're gonna start zigzagging, probably on the next block or so. Just go left and right and explore the area. Haddington is also known as one of Philadelphia's high crime neighborhoods when it comes to gun violence. Let's make this left-hand turn on the 200 block of Wanamaker Street. We're traveling about 10 miles an hour. I have a vehicle behind me. I don't want to hold up traffic. Traveling through a residential block, 2-story homes on our left, 2-story homes on our right. I'm gonna have to slow down here though because the crater's in the ground. We have one-sided parking, a beautiful El Camino on our right-hand side. Check it out. We have open porches and closed porches, a variety of porches. The Mercedes on our right, license plate read Indian. All right, so we're now approaching the 100 block of Wanamaker. So we're gonna continue moving forward. I'm just gonna be cautious when I move into traffic because there's a vehicle on my left-hand side that's blocking my blind spot. We have an Amazon vehicle in front of us making a delivery. So Haddington is a neighborhood in West Philadelphia. Its borders are defined as Haverford Avenue / Girard Avenue to the north, 52nd Street to the east, Market Street to the south, and 67th Street to the most western edge of the neighborhood. There is a handicap lift on our left. We have a cat on our right-hand side. Meow, meow. What's up, kitty cat? Subscribe. Paws up. Kitty litter down. Check it out on our left. They just did the cement work. You see they put the chair with the caution tape. They just did the cement work. Now in Philly, I don't know about other big cities, but in Philly it's notorious that if you get your cement work done and you don't guard it, you're gonna come back and there's gonna be either handprints, footprints, a name, somebody's nickname, something like that. There's plenty of places in Philly where they didn't guard the cement and people wrote their name and now it's embedded in the ground for years. We're approaching 58th. Now we're traveling eastbound. We were traveling westbound originally. Now we're traveling eastbound. Now before, when I've covered this neighborhood, I believe I started in northbound, southbound. So we were going through the blocks that we're not entering now, the cross blocks. That's northbound, southbound. However, I'm just cruising on slow, and as you can see, cars want to go faster. The Buick just flew by me. We were traveling about 13 miles an hour. I'm gonna slow it down some since there's no cars behind me. Female crossing the street. She has some pink purple shoes that look like giant grapes. There's a lot of foam style shoes coming out now. Ever since the Yeezys came out, there's all these different types of like slippers and just shoes in general where the main compound of the shoe is either like a hard plastic, a rubber, a foam, something like that. That's what she had on. It reminded me of like grapes. We're at the intersection of 57th and Arch Street. So this neighborhood tends to make the news a lot for shootings. And it's surprising because there's a large population of elderly residents in this neighborhood. We just went over that pothole like, I would say 13.3 miles an hour. There's cars behind me though, guys. Some people would like me to go slower, but I can only go as slow as traffic behind me wants me to go. We're at 56 and Arch. I made a complete stop. I'm going to continue moving forward. On our right hand side, we have Macho Mini Market. We have the Salvation Army Booth Manor on our right. On one of the episodes when I came through here like a year or two ago, I recall on this block, I was trying to chase a little puppy. There was like a little dog, a little Chihuahua style dog running loose. We're at Vodges and Arch. We had another car about to fly by me, and they try to fly by me upon me making my complete stop. They didn't want me to make a complete stop. Now all these blocks we're passing on my left, 55th Street, Sickles, Conestoga, and so on. I've driven through these blocks before. Right now I'm just going through the cross blocks, westbound, eastbound, eastbound, westbound. Maybe towards the end of this video, I'll go north-south on a few of the blocks, on a handful of the blocks, so you can get a feel of it. Now, we're right around the corner from the Market Frankfurt line. What is the Market Frankfurt line, you might ask yourself? Well, if you recall looking at the Kensington videos, you'll see the blue train tracks, the blue above ground train tracks. Well, they run all the way to to West Philly. So on the next block on my right hand side, matter of fact, if I make a right on Ruby, right here, you guys are gonna see the above ground train tracks, just like in Kensington. However, it's stylized slightly different here. It's still blue, but the supports, the beams that hold up the L are placed differently. You'll see when we get to the corner. But this is another L, public transportation, above ground track, and it doesn't have the plague of people that you see in Kensington. It still go down around here, but there's not people walking around strung out on substances. At least not anymore. I can't speak for 80s, 70s, 60s. If you guys have memories of this neighborhood in the 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s, feel free to share your knowledge in the comment section. So other viewers who are watching from across the globe, we have viewers who watch from all over the world. They can read your comments and learn about the neighborhood, not only from me, but through you, a potential resident. So there's several businesses on our right. So if you keep on going straight up this is that blue line train station above us. Let's make this right. Oh no, we can't. We're on 54th, 54th Market. 54th comes up. We gotta go on the next block. Udall. Let's make a right on Udall. But if we were to keep going straight, there's more businesses on the left and the right. There's the train station and all that. I've even walked from the Eastern Corridor of Philly, right next to the Delaware River, all the way up here, up Market, straight up to West Philly, 56, 57, 58th, and documented it. So Haddington's historic district is located on the 6,000 block of Market, Ludlow, and Chestnut Street. So if you go through the 6,000 block of the Haddington neighborhood, that's considered the historic district, and it showcases the colonial and classical revival styles of architecture built from 1909 to 1915. And it was also listed in the National Register of Historic Places in 1998. So although some areas of this neighborhood are rough, as you can hear, some of it's also considered historical for whatever reason. All right, we're going to continue moving forward. We're not going to make a right because we already went there. That'll be repetitive. So we're going to go straight, make a left, and probably make another right just to mix it up a little bit. We got one more car coming. I'm going to let them go, and then we're good to go. clear. We're on the 100 block of Udall, Yewdall, Udall. So there's schools in the area that are ran by the school district of Philadelphia, and there's also free libraries in the area. You got the Haddington branch. You can see some of the sidewalks are in rough shape. Some of them are in pretty good shape, some of them are pretty rough, mixed patches, holes, craters. The houses don't match the facades. Many of them are original, but a lot of people just opted to paint over the bricks red or put vinyl siding or different add-ons just to, like, some people even go with stucco. I don't think I've seen any stucco in this neighborhood just yet, though. I don't want to speak too soon. I see a lot of painted brick, though. A lot of variety of brick. We're passing Constoga. Thank you, buddy. The homie right there just gave me a thumbs up. He pointed at the ride and thumbs up. Cool beans. So we got a park on our left-hand side. This is Nichols Park Playground. I'm gonna make this right-hand turn on 55th. We're on 55th and Race. Yeah, let's mix it up a little bit. Now, this neighborhood is a pretty big neighborhood. We're not going to be able to cover it all in one sitting. But this is my updated Haddington tour for 2022. I wanted to do that because I haven't covered the 2022 one just yet since I've been back. We have projects on our left, low-income housing complex on our right. As you can see, they're uniform in color. You can see the style. Very, I would say pastel, like the coloring, very pastel, very flat. You see, it's like a flat red, kind of like a flat tan or like a khaki. We got cars behind us, so we gotta be careful too, potholes. I'm gonna let this vehicle go by because they're in a rush. We got a bunch of school kids on the right. We're at 55th and Haverford Avenue. There's a mural on my left-hand side with several historical figures. You can see the dude on the right. He is making a delivery to this corner store, Haverford Mini Market Grocery. So the Haddington neighborhood receives a livability score of 63 based on www.areavibes.com. A 63 livability score. We have Philadelphia Baptist Church on our right. We're crossing Haverford. We have New Wing Hing on our right. Whoa, and we have a pothole right here. Let me slow down. New Wing Hing, which is a Chinese and American restaurant. They sell Chinese food, but then they sell like an Americanized version of it. I don't know if they have too much authentic Chinese food. I know a lot of it nowadays is like just an Americanized version. And they make cheesesteaks and burgers and oh, you'd be surprised what some of those Chinese stores actually make. All right, we're passing Penn's Grove. Let's make our right here. As you can see, we have housing on the left and housing on the right. So this neighborhood receives an F rating for crime. Total crime in this area is 297% higher than the national average. Violent crime in this area is 325% higher than the national average. And property crime is 292% higher than the national average. We got some young men in front of us hanging out. So in Haddington, it is said that you have a 1 in 11 chance of becoming a victim of crime. 1 in 11 chance. Based on areavibes.com, if you guys want to read these stats yourself. We're at Westminster. I'm going to make this left at Westminster. gonna mix it up again, guys. We're playing with our route here. I don't recommend you play with your route, at least when anybody's watching. I'm kidding. We're approaching 53rd Street. 53rd. Look at this building on our left-hand side. You see the yellow one? You see that rooftop? Young Scholars. What is that? Young Scholars Daycare Center? I like that building. I like that corner cap. You see it? That corner cap is pretty cool. I'm going to make this left. I think that's pretty cool. That yellow building, that canary yellow building. Then we got a building that looks like it was rehabilitated on our right. This black and gray one. That one looks pretty modernized. It looks like it's been there for a while, but it looks like they painted it and they put the siding and all that to probably make it look more poppin'. So we're traveling about 13 miles an hour. I have 2 cars behind me. I'm going to pull over. I'm going to let them go by. They're not pleased with my driving speeds. I'm going to make a left-hand turn. Let's make this left-hand turn on Wyalusing. Say that word with me. Say it with me. Wyalusing. Wyalusing. It almost sounds like why you losing. Why you losing? You playing me in ball. Why you losing? So it is said that Haddington and Carrol Park, because there's 2 neighborhoods that coincide right next to each other, which is the Haddington and Carrol Park neighborhood. I have covered both on several occasions, but today we're focused on the Haddington portion. Haddington, it is said that it is 1% safer than the cities of Philadelphia. So, all right, let me rephrase myself. I do apologize. I got into a tongue twister there. Haddington, Carrol Park is safer than 1% of the cities in Pennsylvania. And year over year, crime in Philadelphia has not changed. We have the Haddington Townhouse Apartments on our right, 54th and Wyalusing Food Market on our left. This is more of the little housing complex over here on our left. They're like apartment units. We're at 55th and Wyalusing. I've seen, I believe, a news segment or 2 with shootings right here where people get shot right here at the store. Plenty of the stores over here in West Philly. There's crazy segments where you can watch the CCTV footage where these guys go above and beyond. Like I've seen on a few of them where they go and they spray up the whole store with everybody in like the store who's ever in the store. And it's all captured on camera. It's all captured on camera. We're passing Allison Street. We're at 56 and Wyalusing. 56 and Wyalusing. We have a police officer right here in front of us. That's the Strike Force unit. N117 Strike Force. Now, the N on the vehicle usually stands for NARC unit. So technically, they're not supposed to be dealing with traffic stops. I mean, they could if they want to. Like if you do something crazy in front of them, then they could pull you over. But they're supposed to be, the task force is supposed to be like jumping out and busting, drug busting, all that. Oh, there's somebody trying to cross here. But I'm gonna let you go, man. You wanna go? Well, you're more than welcome to go. She's traveling with her child across the street. We're passing Fraser. We have Camp 4 United Methodist Church on our left. Now, this neighborhood receives an F rating when it comes to income and employment. Income per capita is 47% below the national average here in Haddington. The household income is 48% below the national average. And unemployment is up a whopping 91% above the national average. Probably hence why there's crime. People hungry. Let's make this right. We're gonna mix it up again. Now, normally I follow a strict route and I try to stay uniform, but I've toured these areas so much that due to my short attention span, I'm just mixing it up right now. I'm trying to have fun with it. Let's make this left. There's a Maserati that's parked right here. Maserati SUV. The Q4. So, key findings show that male median earnings are 41% higher than female median earnings. The poverty level in Haddington, Carrol Park is 100% lower than the national average. We just exited the 5700 block of West Poplar Street. We're gonna make a left-hand turn. Gonna be cautious here. We have traffic coming from both sides. This is a two-way street that we're entering. The bad thing is when people park on the corner, they block the blind spot. That spot. There's an X on the ground for a reason, so you don't block the oncoming traffic view, so we can have a wider field of view. So, for example, as of recently, on August 17th, 2022, 5 people were shot Tuesday evening at Shepherd Recreation Center in West Philadelphia, Haddington neighborhood. 2 critically wounded among 5 struck in hail of gunfire in West Philadelphia Recreation Center. So that's a prime example of you can't even play basketball. You're not safe even in the rec center as kids. And it was all youth that got shot. It was pretty much youth shooting youth. We're right here at Carrol Hill. Let's make this right. This looks like it is a SEPTA station where they service their trolleys, buses, and stuff. We're on some tracks. If you look down, there's a not railroad tracks, train tracks, trolley tracks. Passing Wanamaker. We're approaching Hobart. We have 8 Brothers Food Market on our right. We're at 59th and Carrol Hill. Let's continue moving forward. We're passing Redfield. And that shooting that I just mentioned, 3 were charged in the shooting already. They charged 3 in the shooting. We're passing Graham. Now we're passing Southford. I'm sorry, sometimes between my accent and my speech, I say things funny. Juliana Deli mini market on our right. Let's make this right on 60th and Carrol Hill. We're not far from Cobbs Creek and several other neighborhoods in the area. Here's another example. Police, 14-year-old boy shot in the leg in Philadelphia's Haddington neighborhood on May 15th, 2022. Someone shot a 14-year-old boy in the leg, police say. That goes to show you, man. 14-year-old. And year after year, our crime victims, our gun violence victims, are getting younger and younger and younger. And lately, between technology and the availability of guns, there's something called a Glock switch. So it turns an automatic gun into, the dude right there got out a gun. The dude right there just pulled out a gun on my left. The dude right there with the black shirt, he straight up just pulled out his strap. My guy just threw down his cigarette. What, he about to start busting? The dude right there on the left, he just went inside the steak, chicken, seafood, and beer. He had like a little 9mm. He pulled that John out and he looked like he arguing. I don't know if he arguing or he just trying to impress someone or what, but alcohol and guns don't mix. That's a recipe for disaster right there. But with that being said, this is real life, y'all. Y'all ain't really able to see it, but we talking about crime. And my guy right there just pulled out his gun. And he over there making really wild gestures. So for example, nearly 100 shots fired. 100 shots fired. You know, we were talking about the switches and basically the availability of guns. Now the ammo and the rounds, like for example, there was one in Fairhill on I believe the 3400 block of Phillip where they used AK-47 rounds. Like, not only are the rounds getting larger, but it's more of an automatic rapid fire firearm. And that's not really giving human beings a benefit of the doubt, a chance, you know? These young fellows that are lost out in the streets. Let's make this right. We're at 60th and Thompson. We're not far from Carrol Park. 60th and Thompson. Let's make this right-hand turn. We're passing Redfield. We're at 59th and Thompson. We actually have Carrol Park on our right-hand side. This is Carrol Park. So we're in the Carrol Park neighborhood. And speaking of Carrol Park, there was a woman that shot near Carrol Park on several occasions. Throughout the years, people have been shot in the Carrol Park area. We're at 58th and Thompson. I'm gonna make this right-hand turn right by Carrol Park. Make this right-hand turn. Welcome to Carrol Park. It's a nice looking park for the most part. It looks cool. Nice resource for the community. Check this out. Police report that man 45 critical after he is shot multiple times in Carrol Park on July 10th, 2022. Philadelphia police of the 19th district investigate the shooting that left the 45-year-old man in critical condition. You ready? Here's another one. 1 dead, 3 injured. Carrol Park, Sunday. Crazy, right? Let's make this left. At 58th and Girard. We're on Girard right now. Gotta watch it. Kind of rough roads right here. We're passing Alden. Yeah, a lot of people lately have been getting caught in the gunfire. From kids to women, even babies. Wow, there's a young man, a young gentleman right there with braids. He's in a wheelchair. A young man. I don't know if he was born with a disability or if he got caught in gunfire and is now rehabilitating, you know, his ability to walk, or, you know, became paralyzed. But that's sad. Check it out here, 1500 block of Edgewood Street. Police say that around 1:30 a.m. Tuesday, a woman was hospitalized from shootings. We're passing Fraser. I'm gonna make this right at 56. Ouch. We got the police camera right here on the corner, up top, right on the corner, and on our left we got Wood Funeral Home. I think funeral homes might be profitable, sad enough to say, might be profitable businesses in urban cities, in the urban environment. I went to some towns across America where like they had a small cemetery with like 40 people buried and the town was only like 100, 200 people. And I'm like, yo, and I saw like a funeral home. I'm like, yo, how do they really make money? Because it's not like your town only got 200 people. It's not like people checking out every other week. In the city, people are going every day. People need funerals every other week. There's a funeral. So in the city, I foresee it being profitable. In the country, I don't know. I guess it depends on the size of your town. And again, even if you got a town of 30, 40,000 people, it's not like people are dropping like flies there every week. You know what I mean? If that makes any sense. So we had a rest in peace mural on my right-hand side. Wow. Right here, while you're losing, 56 and while you're losing. There was a rest in peace memorial for a young man that was gunned down. You'll see a lot of those throughout Philadelphia. A lot of them. Men, women, children. All ethnicities for the most part. Not all ethnicities, but a good amount of ethnicities. A lot of them being minorities, Hispanics or African Americans. We're approaching 56 in Haverford. We have a free library on our left-hand side.